po' qui. Questo lo chiudiamo. Ok, e poi andiamo su questo lo vediamo dopo in realtà. Vediamo se siamo online. Ok, qua ci siamo. Siamo partiti dappertutto, immagino. Ottimo. Ok, siamo on. Saremmo on anche qua, ma ok, perfetto. C'è un minimo di ritardo, ma non c'è problema. Ok. Qua mi dice che in realtà non sto streamando tecnicamente, però lo vedo. Un problema di OBS, vuol dire che mi crasherà fra poco. Dice che sta registrando e che non sono live, sembrerebbe, invece sì, lo sono. Ok. See. Yes. I'm streaming right now. Here's the proof. Hi. Hi, welcome. Musica è altissima. Abbassiamo un po' la musica. Sembra anche che lo stile comunque dell'audio non sia proprio il top. Vediamo un attimo di cambiare e sentire com'è. Non è il top neanche così. Vediamo così invece come si sente. Super ovattato lontano. Così l'ho provato, come si sente. È uguale come sempre. Vediamo così. Così non lo sento male in realtà. Non sento il rumore di sottofondo che sentivo prima. Facciamo la prova con questo. Vediamo adesso com'è. Ma è praticamente uguale. Ok, dai, direi che così va bene. Direi che ci siamo. Ok, ok. Possiamo partire allora, dai. Scriviamo un attimo che stiamo partendo. Okay, let's see how the situation is. Okay, we still have 0, we still have 0, that's normal. Nobody cares about what I'm doing, but that's no problem. Absolute streaming peak. Okay, so okay. It's starting, it's starting. Let's go. Let's go, 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 let's go. Welcome everyone to whatever this is. I'm nimlich-san, your host, and today we are going to explore manga paneling. The previous time we were done something just to warm up. We were exploring drawing, or for better say, creating a character design. We were using some inspirational stuff like this. There we go. Okay, we were using something like this. That is some sketches we've done about characters often suck. That's a reality. Why they suck, and how we can do a better job with them and with their stories, and how we have to deconstruct all the pieces of one story, and then after that we build our our CD sheet. There we go. I can pull it up here. Okay. And there it is. Yes, there we go. So what we're doing is select a character, giving him some purpose and some infos, and then we have to build its appearance based on its description. And these are some of his characteristics. So name, and we were going with Heppo because the story we wanting to talk about is about hope. So very easy using of the name, inverting E and O. Age 15 years old. It could be more, but we don't really care about the age because during Tuesday live stream on Instagram where I was, oh yeah, I can show you that, where we were trying to deconstruct, we were trying to draw the character aspect, and I have a sketch of that, a really rough sketch because we were working on it. And it was a relatively short live stream. There it is. Okay, do you see? Yes. Now, that's Heppo. It's a pretty sad guy, you can say. His appearance is like the one of Birdman, because as you can see here, maybe I wrote it down, maybe I forgot. Okay, so he's a human. Short, dwarf, grayish skin, big hands and burly body. Where all this stuff stays here? Nowhere. But this is the reason why he's drawn this way. He lives among the dwarfs, the mountain dwarfs, and his purpose is to be an hermit. So dwarfs talks about this weird-looking dwarf. Bellissimo. They talked about this weird-looking dwarf and wearing a bird mask, a phoenix, to be precise, mask. And he's nothing like a dwarf. He never reveals himself though, so everyone thinks it's a weird guy among them. And they, the dwarf of this place thinks that he is a dwarf because no one will dare to live there unless they are a dwarf. They are dwarfs. But in reality, he is a guy that has been beat by. He fought against a god, trying to protecting his sister. He was once a how's it called? An aristocrat, a kind of a prince or a duke's son. Okay, Chibier-san Shimbo. Okay, thank you, man. I don't know what are you saying. I have to check this place. Yes, I have to check this. This is advertised, I think. Anyway, I was saying that he lives there, and he was kind of a prince before that happens. And when it happens, he fought against this god, and he almost died. That he wants to revive his sister, he wants to grab the power to kill this god, and he exiled himself basically inside this mountain. And so his religion is, we can say, he is based on searching for the ancient phoenix in order to revive his sister and regrow his wings and fly to the god's house. So maybe it's not everything about cool things because he wants to fucking kill a god, but and so he's not that good of a character. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of normal to feel this anger towards the one that killed your sister. But anyway, his heart is not pure. So the wings he lost fighting against this god, he's not going to regrew them just because he wants to fight the god. You have to do better than this. So, ambitious is kill the killer of his sister that happens to be a god. Most important thing, he is secretly the god's son. And since we are talking about bird, vulture people that are a kind of race that lives among a world I've been created since a lot of time, where I want to tell a lot of stories about this world, and there is this kind of race. They're commonly they're commonly known as vulture people, but they're likely more than that, because they have different kind of birds variants in their appeal, and so they're not only vultures. They can be pigeons. they can be eagles, oaks. They can be even owls or civets, and they can be geese. They can be any kind of bird, essentially. There is a variant in their race, and will be likable or not. I sincerely don't know. I was saying before that I'm not sure about that, but probably it will, because maybe we will win. Anyway, today we're talking about paneling. So this is our character. The thing, this is kind of the general story, and we will explore this today. And we will do our first paneling. So how we do this? First of all, let me check the light, because it's quite cold and I don't really like it. Okay, that's kind of better. Too cold, too hot. Yeah, that's like it was before. Never mind. Okay. Okay. So how are we going to do in this? First of all, today we are doing. We are not doing professional stuff. First of all, I'm not a professional. I've done some works. None of them have ever seen the light of the success, so I'm doing this just for enjoying myself, explaining stuff I know, and drawing stuff, and writing mangas and drawing mangas live, mangas that I will upload on the e-reading sites that are Manga Plus Creators and Line Manga Indie, that are two of the major manga readers, free manga readers online for indie creators. So that's just a me thing. Don't take me for granted. I can evolve the way I'm doing stuff, so I will explain the way I'm doing it right now. So, paneling for dummies. These are hands. This is not that good of of a advertisement for me. That's not good advertisement for my way of drawing. Anyway, I'm not ruining it. Perfect. So I bought this from a big China store, and I wasn't sure it was good enough, but I think it will do. So, first question of the live. Why can't I set my paneling right? First of all, in order to answer this question, we have to search for the reason why you want to do this question. Have you ever tried setting up paneling, but the more you write and draw, the more the story stretches like you wanted to do? A 15-page short book, and now it's a one-piece, long, unimaginable pile of content that wasn't supposed to be that fat, and now that it's like you don't want to ask anything, obviously, or you don't know what to ask because the story has lost its original purpose, because there is too much stuff inside it. Well, welcome home. I got stuck in my brain. Anyway, and my dog is crying. Anyway, what are we going to do? Well, first of all, we need to understand some tools to use to set up our paneling. So today I'm gonna, as I was saying, I'm gonna set up the tools to process the early stages of manga paneling, granting clean and smooth readable content to your story to be told. Let's go back to the story with, let me do something here. I'm getting annoyed a lot by this stuff. Okay, that's really better. So today I'm gonna set up the tools to process the early stages of manga paneling, granting clean and smooth readable content to your story to be told. Let's go back to the story we've written so far, and that's what we already done today. If you have your own story, try rereading it with new eyes, trying to do it with new eyes like I've done it here, and maybe if you have already done a character design of a character, and remember, I never stop to say this: the good character makes a good story. A bad character, talking about the protagonist especially, makes a bad story. That's a reality. There is nothing you can say to subvert this stuff. It's real, and there are a lot of examples, especially for the second one, for the bad character equals bad story. But we also have good characters in good stories. There are some exceptions. For example, I don't really like Eren in Attack on Titan because I think he's fucking dumb. But at the same time, he was built in a way that makes you think, oh man, he has no chance to do differently, because the thing is, he was destined to do this stuff. He was destined to be the worst version of himself. So I don't like it a lot because it's fucking dumb, but at the same time, he had no choice. Anyway, these are the kind of exceptions, but all the other characters around him makes a good story. And excuse me for one sec, I need to check one thing. Aki? Aki? Oh, okay. Take one. Chapalato. There is a dog right here, but it's too agitated to be shown. Maybe one day. Maybe after you poop. Yeah. Anyway. And we have to do, so what do we have to do to start using our tools to paneling one story? First of all, we have to subdivide the full extent of the story we want to do in its key points. I have an example for you. Let me pull it up. Oh, whoa. Let me pull it up. Where should it be? Maybe here. Originals. Nope, it's not here. Maybe under this one. I don't have it. Man, where is it? Maybe it's not here. I'm not sure about that. I thought I had it. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, while I'm searching for it, so let's do this way right now. We have, at first, let's do the tools. We have to pull it up. Where is it? I had it written somewhere. Well, I go by hand. So, first of all, we absolutely need to know what is the max number of pages, because if we don't know how many pages we are going to set up each chapter or one shot we are going to do, we are not able to set up how the curve of the story will be presented. Because if we have a story that has a starting point where the story is kind of flat, it starts from the beginning of the story that is kind of the easy beginning. So the protagonist is in its comfort zone with its family, but he wants to do something outside its comfort zone. He has the call for adventure. So we have to start right here. We have to know how many pages we need to do that, because we have already know that at some point he's going on an adventure, and when he is on an adventure we know that he will be defeated by someone, or he will defeat someone. And also we have to know that after that he will suffer, or he will leave the consequences of the situation he was in, and after that he will rise again in the finale, like a hero or a villain, and he will need to defeat another menace, and at the end of the day he will end his arc. So we need to know all these steps that are set in a kind of I don't know how to say, in a kind of sequential way. So how many pages we need? Secondly, as I was saying, key points in the story. So I'm kind of a fan of people that are able to draw or write a story just by puking out everything they have in mind, and they don't care about how they're going to end it. They just need to do it, and they will find a way to end the story that is coherent with which they want to to tell. But for the one of us that are normal people and not fucking crazy geniuses, we need to know where we are starting, or better, where we want to end it, so we know where we will start and what will happen in the middle. So knowing the story from start to end, it's kind of paramount to do this kind of stuff. For example, if you pull up the end of Naruto, it seems like very, 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 very far from what the story begin with, and the rush to tell this escalation of stuff that happens. There are motherfucking aliens in Naruto now. It's kind of rush. It felt like wrong in a lot of ways, because there were a way where ninjas were able to use their abilities to fight on the same level on each other, and they can avoid obstacles using their force will, and through that they can become more than simple weapons, or more than simple basic ninjas that they are able to do only basic stuff. And after this, the third part of Shippuden, that changes totally, because some ninjas became kind of gods, and I don't feel there is something wrong with that, but if it's not justified by the story itself, it seems stupid. It seems rushed. It seems a copy of something that already happened, like Dragon Ball Z. Yes, exactly, like Dragon Ball. Yeah, the ragazzo scimmia combattiamo gli dei. Yes, exactly. From Monkey Guy, from flipping Wukong parallel story to fighting gods. It's not that I find this wrong. I find this wrong in a way that the story was not built for this to be the end of it. And by the way, Dragon Ball will never end, or maybe now that Toriyama has died, maybe it will end. But Dragon Ball will never end, since we, from the point that we continuing adding levels of power, because after gods there will be super gods probably. So this is the thing that, you know, okay, they're milking this stuff. They want to put this in a way that it will never end, so it will never stop to sell. On the other hand, there are other stories, for example the one that I told before, Attack on Titan, that it's clearly it's clear that the story was meant to be this way, was built this way. Obviously there will be maybe some changes along the way, but it's obviously that the author wanted it to be the story told to reach that specific end. So knowing the key points of the story, as if you want to do it a longer story or a shorter story, even if it's a multiple chapter story or a one shot, it's kind of paramount. And last but not least, let me check. Yeah, I kind of forgot the last thought. I'm sorry. I've just cut off work, and my brain is melted, or is melt. You see, I don't know how to say it in English. Melted or melt? I don't know. There it is. Man, it's hot. Is it hot today? I think it is. Okay, I have to wait. Okay, I know why it's lagging. I'm sorry, I'm opening a software that is kind of heavy. Okay. Okay, no, there it is. That's all. So then there is the paneling part. So in the end, divide pages in vignettes or panels to make it readable. So I know this may feel obvious, but the reason is you need to understand that the position is, unless you're reading an art story that is only arts in the panels, or a story of an amateur that doesn't know what he is doing. When you write a story, you need always to remember that in this story you have to write it in a way that I can read. I know where to start, to follow, and to end a page. Because if I position stuff casually, it will be a mess. And everything you want your audience to read, it will be a totally different experience for them. Let me check. So I haven't it right here. So let me check again in another hard drive. Or maybe it's not a good idea. It can mess up everything, but I will try anyway. So just wait one sec. I'll be right back. Okay. Come back. Let's see if it runs. Oh yeah, it's going. Let me check. Oh no, it's not working. Yeah, I'm probably not able to put it up. I'm so doubtful about that because I'm sure it was around here. Let me check here. Maybe it's on the desktop. Nope. Here. Yeah, search it here. And then let me search here. Because probably it's not a recent one. Okay, it's not here. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't got it, but maybe I have, and I have another stuff that I can show you. Why it's now possible to remove the hardware? I haven't even used it. That's kind of stupid. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff. I have a... I actually have a story that I can show you, but it's a story that I want to use for a contest, so I'm not sure I can show you yet, because it doesn't have to be seen. It has to be an how do you call it? Yeah, limited edition, something like that. I don't know how is it called in English. Yeah, I don't have it, but I can give you an example right now. I prefer to show you something, but never mind, I will find you another time. So, yeah, there is nothing here. Okay, and that doesn't work. Yeah. Oh. No. Well, that didn't work. Okay, I can give you an example right here. So, if we have, maybe I use a smaller marker. Oh yes, yeah, that will do. Okay, if I have a story, I have a page where the main event happens maybe here at the end of the page, or better, we have two pages, because it's always this kind of situation where you have the right and the left page, and you know that in manga you read them this way. You probably need to have something that goes this way. Probably you start your page with a relatively big image, because you know you are turning the page, so you're seeing this at first. Then maybe you have to show different point of views. So for obvious reason, your reading panel will be, let me use colors, because we have colors, we have upgraded. Yeah, there it is. That's not mine, by the way, but who cares? And let's use this. So we have this kind of paneling. This will be our number one page. Then we need to draw something here that draws attention to this panel right here, because it's number 2. Obviously reading this will be easier, whatever the draw will be, to draw the attention in this angle, for example, because it's drawn this way. So I can go down to this one, and then for obvious reason I will have this, okay, and this fourth panel can be conclusive of this sequence. So you can have an image that is drawn whatever you want. Maybe it's a frontal image with a kind of where it is here, with a kind of this alignment, okay, so it's kind of asymmetric scene, and you don't need to have something that goes here because your page is ended. Or you can also have something that goes this way or this way, so you want to go see this. And you can play with that stuff. You can play with this and say, okay, now I want to confuse the reader. I'm making go even down, so whenever it goes up here, it doesn't check this part, but it checks only this part. Or because if I make the reader go, the attention of the reader go here, maybe I will spoiler him something that is here. Obviously, this is a tactic that you use when you're dealing with a normal reader that doesn't do this when they read. Okay, good, nice images, wow, yeah, wow, nice, good story, yes, the best story I've ever read. And they go online and say, yeah, I really like this part that they read online, it's good. And So you do this for the real readers, the one that wants to see, check everything in the image, and it's an added value to the story. And then you do the same thing here. Maybe here there is your big reveal or something like your big reveal. So you have this 5 image that is the thing that you want to point all over, and you have normally the consequences of this image here, and maybe, and probably it's a good idea, you will do this too. You will add a tiny weeny little panel here where you put your 7th image. So you will have a kind of this guided image. So you make the reader say, okay, there is a little detail, let me see what's next. Because if you make a very big image here, it's hard to build the hype to flip the page. If you make a smaller one, you add hunger to the reader and you say, okay, one more, what's next? Because there is a little piece of bread that you give him. So that's the example, and can be applied to everything. Can be a dialogue, can be a fighting scene, can be a scene that precedes a fighting scene. So there is a dialogue between the two characters. There are this is the supporting characters that are watching the scene, and these will be maybe imaging Goku and Vegeta when they were in this kind of setting that is pretty famous. So we have Vegeta, that's my Vegeta, that is like this, and we have Goku. Oh yeah, I won't do that, I'm not able to do that. Yeah, even if it's drawn like this, I think it's pretty obvious which scene is this. Okay, we know. Everyone who was here know. Okay, that's the kind of stuff you do. You build it up. They have the last line of their dialogue. Maybe this is the face of Vegeta say, "I am a priest of the Saiyan," and next you flip the page and you see Goku attacking. So that's how you do it. Okay, so why we don't do it with our story now? Because that's kind of the plan. We have to do it right now with our story. I know that I build up a lot talking about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm nothing close to Toriyama talent, but I promise I'll do my best. I'll try. Okay. So. And keep in mind, you don't have to be Toriyama to do that. I know that is a simple thing to say, but you can do it with your story. The important thing that is you learn by doing, knowing that simple stuff right here. And let's start put some point. Okay, first one shoot. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so let's do some. Let's put some points in our story. How long our story will be? Well, I don't have a limitation of some kind here. It can be, it can be something in between 11 to 15 pages. I wanted to do it with odd numbers because it's easy to do it since manga, you start reading manga on the left page. as well as you read a book on the right page. So it's easy to think that you start with one page on the left and you end with a double page. I'm not that a great fan of the pages that ended on the right as well as the books. I prefer the pages that end with a split, with a spread double splash page. I like it more. I don't know. What about you? That's are that's my taste. And I'm searching for my very important pencil, but I'm not able to find it. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I can suggest Temu to buy this stuff because I have it right here. That's pretty good stuff, guys. It's cheap, I know. That's why I bought it, because I'm not a professional. I don't need professional stuff, and even if I am a professional, I will buy this stuff anyway. And because it's good. It's generally good. You have three kind of 2.0 to 2.0 pencils, and you have a lot of these, a lot of mines, a lot of I don't know, is it called in English? Maybe yeah, picks, rubbers, the super useful sharpener. That's a lot of stuff here. So anyway, shout out to Temu for that stuff. Not for all the stuff they have, but for drawing stuff, yes, quite a lot. I cannot say the same for markers or for white markers especially. They kind of sucks. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent here. I wanted to find my sharpener. Maybe I will use it later. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we can start with normally what do I do when I start drawing a story. First of all, I normally use this kind of technique. I normally don't use a ruler, but for this time I want to go fancy just for you. So there it is. It's not straight, but who cares? Yeah, there it is. It's not straight anyway. Yeah. We are ruining the life of the one that has poor OCD and stuff like that. I'm sorry for you, but this is the way I'm doing it. So let's use some stripes to build up how the story will be divided. Obviously we want to go from right to left, so the first page will be a single page. Let me check how long is this. Maybe I've done it the right way. It's 20 here and 16 and a half here, so I'm not good at math. I will obviously use a calculator. How many pages will be here? Probably 8 pages. No, because they are too tiny. Let me see. A page normally has this kind of ratio, so 16:4, there will be yeah, maybe 4 pages only. I'm so, no, it's 36. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's 36 and a half. So that would be 9 pages. 9 pages. it would be useful to do so the first page is as not the right and the left, but it's only left. So let's write it here, left. Then we will have 8 and 4s, 8 and 4s, 8 and 4s, and there it is. Yes, that's kind of it. Okay. Ok. Come va Simo? Sei ancora on? Eh? Cosa fai di bello? Oh yeah, I dunked up. Yeah, I dunked up. Oh man, I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep so bad, but I want to do this anyway. Yeah, okay. So okay. 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 That's a good old page. Good old page. このはページ1、ページ2、ページ3、ページ4、ページ5、ページ6、ページ7、ページ8、ページ9. And then let's do it for now about 11 pages. So let's go on here. Let's leave some let's leave some space here. Oh, by the way, I say it again, I normally don't do this fancy. This is too fancy. I normally go, yeah, I want to do that. I describe page by page. I probably draw them a third or a fourth of this dimension, and I say, oh yeah, that. But this is a more professional approach. Probably professionist mangaka don't do that. And the reason is, yeah, when you have 1 week to draw a full inked chapter of probably from 15 to 25 pages, yeah, you don't tend to do that. Maybe you draft and skidoodle something on the page with your editor and say, yeah, I want to do that, what do you think? Yeah, that's right, let me see a draft by the end of tomorrow. Yeah, I will do it. So they will work all night, and by the day they have the draft and say, oh, okay, I like it, but just correct this one, okay, you can go. And then after they say you can go, they have to start actively drawing the chapter. They will take from 1 to 2 days to do that phase, and the other 5 days they need to do the full chapter. They obviously have aid. They have the assistants that makes most of the page, so they have to do the backgrounds, the inking, probably the coloring is due to the author, but sometimes is due to the assistants. So they don't do everything by themselves, but they probably don't do that maybe they do that after they have already prepared maybe 10 chapters. They are 10 chapters ahead the publication on the magazine. So they do probably that, and they say, okay, now we have to do that here because in chapter blah 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 we have done that, so we can do this now here, and we have to link them both by doing the same paneling and the same drawing. Anyway, we are not professionals, but we can use this tool to help us to say where do anything goes. By the way, what time is it? It's already an hour. Oh, nice. Nice. I still feel fresh, even though I'm tired. I maybe need more water because I'm out. ASMR. That's ASMR. Do you like it? I kind of hate and love ASMR at the same time because it's good, but it's cringe. Anyway. Like my life. So, yeah, how long is this? I don't know, 6 probably. Yeah, 6.5. So let's do this 6.5. Let's give it some space. 6.5 is this. Yep. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's just 2 pages more. There it is. P10 and PG. Juichi. I remember something in Japanese. Yeah, that's... where the fuck? No, never mind. Okay, so what do we have to do here? Here, this is our whole story. So we will have a full, this kind of a map, okay? And we need to focus on the presentation of the characters. So how long we need to, how many pages we need to present the character in a way that the reader will understand at least something about him, something that they need to know about him in order to understand the context of the story. Well, the first thing... Oh, yeah, my desk is kind of a mess. Okay, there it is. Let me, before continuing, let me just check 1 second all the active live stream, because I want to be sure I'm not stuck, because I'm cross-streaming across Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Yeah, there it is. And here. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is the slowest one, but it can go. Let me check the quality here. Yeah, it's pretty good quality, I'd say yes. I can see it. Let me just, maybe we need bigger this. Nope, it's just bugged. Never mind. Yes, I'm not using Streamlabs because it costs. I would buy it maybe in a month or two. I'm using a trick on OBS to show the chat, and not that it's useful. No one is typing anything, but it's useful for me because if anyone writes types anything, I can see it right on the screen. I can hide them. Anyway, I can hide them here, no problem. Yeah, I think I will hide them from now on. It's no use to see them for now. Okay. I can always pull them up. Anyway, we were saying, yes, we want to build up something here. So let's say we have 11 pages. The story will end with the epilogue, and the epilogue should be these 2 pages. So here we will do this, and we will say epilogue. I'm use a pencil because we can change our mind. Now I'm saying it's 2 pages, but maybe there are more. And we can say that the development of the story should be here, the setting, or the character setting here. So character setting. So it can be character setting or story setting that we already said, and we said again, the character is the story is the character, so the character setting is also the story setting. Okay, so we have this one here. It can be a dialogue, a monologue, sorry, a dialogue between the character and the protagonist and another character that appears here, and can be the panel that you can always see in at the start of most of the stories. Once upon a time, a big 9-tailed fox killed all the ninjas in the in Konoha village, etc., etc. Kind of that. I probably go with a dialogue because when you write a longer story, it's kind of cool to have an history page that sets the context and the dynamics of the world building. But when you have these few pages, it's better start, as they say, in medias res. So we will start with something that is happening, that is already happening. So character setting, story setting here. I will say, and let's go deep. We already know what the character is searching for. He's searching for the Phoenix, the legendary Phoenix, to regrow his wings, avenge his sister, and probably use the same power to revive his sister. And so maybe he is talking to someone that he's that gave him a lead to the Phoenix, and he attacked them. Probably they run away, and someone appears that say, "I can help you." Oh yeah, man, that's a kind of good story because I already know where is this going. I already know where is this going, because here, let's say, let's take some let's take some notes. So Hippo is threatening, threat, TH threatening the bad, how do you say in English, indizio, the bad hint, givers. They run away, and let's say they run away, but a voice remain. So this could be introduction to the little we can I don't want to spoiler this to myself right now. I will say the little spirit, but it can be the little boy girl, let's say that, because it's not how do you say, it's not sure what is it right now. It stays in the shadows, it talks, it laughs, but it's a kid, it's a child, so it can be both ways. So they run away, but the voice remains. A little kid seeking company. Stays by Hippo side. Okay, so in the first 3 pages we have presentation of Hippo, something he says. Hippo says something that explains the setting of the story. So now we have Hippo threatening bad hint givers, and they run away. They run away here. And Hippo says something about the story, something about him or the setting that tells more about the context. A voice remains, and a little kid seeking company stays by Hippo's side. And Hippo it's not kind of a flashback, it's like really a flash of his sister. Flash, not flesh, please don't be gross. I can be their bird, by the way. Birds are cannibals, so who knows. But it's not that kind of story. And okay, then now we know there is the epilogue here. How he makes his wings regrow, because the thing is, we don't still know how he can regrow his wings. His ambition is to kill the god. He still don't know that he's his father. So we can just skip. We can skip. He can say, I'm going to kill him anyway, in a way or in another. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out how he can reach the skies, because he wants he wants his wings to regrow in order to kill the god. But maybe there is no reason for him to go against him. Because he has just to he just needs to do who's this kid, because the way I was figuring it in my head is that the kid that he encounters is, it's not that, it's simple to say that is, oh yeah, it's the ghost of his sister, he has to take care of her, and after he will take care of her, he will have his wings regrow, and this will be a simple story. It's not that it's bad. It's not exactly what I was thinking about, because the thing is, we can make this, we can make it this way. Let's say, because drawing it makes me do it better. Let's say we have the mountain here, where our protagonist stays, and he stays inside of the mountain, but he have his special place here, where he looks at the sky, and among the clouds, just remember this is a mountain, so they may be seen close, but this is a, let's say, 3,000 meters high. So let's say this is another kilometer and a half from here to the god place, and the god lives here. Okay, that's his place, and he lives among the clouds, so probably is a cloud too, the thing that is above it. In order to go from here to there and fight the god, oh yeah, let's say, first of all, there is a counter. Because the house of the god doesn't pass over the mountain every time. There is a window that you have to get in order to go to the house, because because who will know where the house will be in next time, in maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. You have just one window, that is the moment the house passes above the mountain, and then it disappears, and it's said that it's only visible the time by it passes above this mountain. That is the reason why the protagonist lives here, because this is a place where he know that will be appear. We don't have to delve into the description why he knows that it's here. We don't even have to explain this here, but we can say just that he has no more time, that is his only one shot, because the house will be visible just for a little time, and who knows where will it be next time. He worked so hard to reach this goal for vengeance. So there is a counter to the house of the god, a window in which you can see it and reach it. But we still have 1.5 kilometers above the top of the mountain where we have to fly. And the reason why he was searching about the oh yeah, we can have here the mountain, and he's saying something. Yes, that's it. And we can have an alternance of scenes. Oh yeah, maybe not right that like that. Yes, we can have, yes, because we can say that after this scene, he is not in the mountain here, by the way. This is elsewhere, okay? And after that, he will go here, back home. So we can say he flashback here while he narrates his story. Maybe steps while he is climbing the steps. Another scene here. You see the parallelism as I said before. Here the mountain, he's going for the mountain, okay? Then we have the foundation of the mountain starting here, okay, here, foundation, then steps here, and then we go down, so the reading panel, okay? We can also say that we can do this the other way, where it goes this way and the mountain is here. That is kind of a good idea to do things. We can do one thing, guide the reader better, because the reader is watching the image this way. So he reads here, then goes to the character goes this way, and then he goes down. And secondly, this is a counter reading draw. So if you read from right to left, you will expect to see the character going this way, going from here to here. So you can see, you can read it right as well. You can read the balloon that is on the right side to the left side, and you see the character going to the right side to the left side because you're reading this way. But making the character going in the opposite direction makes it a hidden message where he's going to the wrong direction. So he's not oriented on the right side of the story. He's oriented backwards. That's a little secret in filmmaking and also manga drawing that you can consider. Orienting your characters in the panel is a good thing to tell more about them. It's not only for the sake of the order of the panel of the reading, for the reading order of the panel. Grammar. Anyway. So we were saying he needs another 1.5 kilometers. That's the reason why he is searching for the phoenix, and he doesn't live here because of it. He lives here because it's the closest place where he can go to find this the God's house. And ciao. And okay. And but he goes around the place, around numerous dungeons and villages, searching for informations because he wants to know where this phoenix is, and he hadn't found it yet. So he's back home here. So steps, maybe we can put this here. Okay, this is him in the grotto. The kid is here with him. In the sky there are stars, some clouds, and he knows he has no time yet, no time left. Okay, so back to the mountain, and then we still need to use this these pages, so we still have 4 pages useful to do something. And I'm not gonna lie, we can use the 11th page as a page where a little time skip has already happened. So we can say the story, the main development of the story ends here in this last area of the page 10 panel, and then here you see there is an epilogue afterwards happen. There is a time that is afterwards the events narrated. I'm not saying years, but maybe days, so we can give the story a proper ending, and we won't use these full 2 pages. That's in order to have a ending that uses all the pages if we need it. Maybe we will not need them. So we will do here. I hope we won't need them, because the thing is, if you flip page from 9 to 10, it will be very cool to see here the ending, because you can do the time skip I was saying here instead of here, and you will not you won't spoiler yourself that you can see it after you change the page. So back to the mountain, we want to do something here, we were saying, and we know that if we want to reveal something, it needs to be on page 6 or 8, and we want him to confront the god, but he still doesn't have his wings. So how he will reach this place? Well, I still don't know. Not gonna lie. Let's say that. Let's say we don't know if his wings regrew till the end of the story. And at the end of the story, we have something like this. This is a bowl. The king of the mountain. The king of the mountain, Giovanni. Let's say there is the little girl here. Oops. The little child here. And there are birds here. Okay, so we won't know if his wings regrew or not, or maybe we will know because his wings are attached to his body. But this is kind of the ending scene I want for it. I want it to be this kind of scene where they stay together. . 」 And let's say maybe the girl does that. Okay. Ok, now we have it. Ciao Simo, ci becchiamo, grazie mille per essere passato. Complimenti di che, dai. Ci stiamo provando. E poi se ci sei ci aggiorniamo magari per settimana prossima, che volevo iniziare a streamare qualche gioco, e quindi magari se ci sei possiamo fare una partita insieme. Ok? Grazie mille Simo, buona serata. Bella bella. Bye. Okay. We can say that we can do this, and he, as you can see, he will be happy at the end of the day. And it's kind of, you saved me, she saved him. I don't know. Maybe the time skip can happen here. Okay. Let's say time skip. We know we want to talk about... Provo a connettermi con Portal da casa della ragazza Stase. Ah, ok, bravo. Fai test. Grande, zio. E poi fammi sapere come va. Salutami Irene. E... speriamo stia meglio. Bravo, zio, che stai facendo l'infermierozzo. Let's say, maybe we already going to how can I say it, too close to add more pages, because what we are going to do is conflict, for example, it will be here, and redemption will be here. Okay, we can say that we need to have a conflict and a redemption part. I know it's very rushing, but probably yes, we can say that page 5 and page 11 can be reversed, so we can do that. Yes, it's not a complete reverse, but we can say is this. Wind, strong wind comes up, and he has these. Yes, it's mask on. And it's like time to go. Okay, here. So he knows it's time to go fuck some dudes. And he gets his wings. Let's say we have this. And let's introduce the god here. Okay. And let's say he drops here. Maybe something happens here. And then dialogue. Probably there has to be some event here that changes him. Flashback, probably. No, here, flashback. Yes. His sister. I'm sorry. Oh, shoot. What happened? Oh, yeah. We lost the cam, guys. So I think that's it for this. I think that's it. We had pretty good time together, I think. So, okay, there it is. So I think I got the thing we want to do here. So we have the main story developing here, the redemption arc here. That's what we want to do. And talks to his sister, says sorry, and after that he found himself to be probably killed by the god. Ends him, but we don't really know that, because afterwards there is this dialogue between the two characters here, and after this dialogue he has his wings. So I think we have something on our hands, and it's probably the good prototype for the story. We will dive into the more detail about that next time. So don't forget to comment if you liked it, and smash that follow button, that like button, please. We absolutely need that. And if you liked what you see, stick around for next time, or check out my other social media platforms, and you can see further updates up there. So thank you very much for staying here, and see you next time. Bye!